Hey y'all, and like always, welcome back. So I'm still a little sick. Turns out it's an upper respiratory infection, which sucks. I really couldn't give up my day of filming because this is my pretty easy, full face, Easter or kind of festival look, depending on how you want to wear the colors and how extreme you want to go with your makeup. It's going to be a pretty full coverage look. You know, it's meant to last all day. Regardless of whether it's Easter or if you are going to a festival, the last thing you really want to do is think about, oh my god, I didn't touch up my makeup, it's running down my face because I'm sweating, and all the glitter fell off, blah blah blah. I'm not going to zoom you guys in that close for this first part because it's just foundation and stuff, and you don't need to see my face that close right now, but I am going to start with primers. I've already washed and moisturized my face, so on my nose only, I'm going in with the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Painterly. I found this on Nikkia Joy's channel. It's pretty awesome. It makes, if you just put it on your nose, it makes your nose makeup last all day. And on me, that is the first spot I get super oily, and with my allergies, I'm always touching my nose for some reason or other. This doesn't budge. This is amazing, and I've worn it out in this Houston humidity. Woo! So for the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the Dermacol Matte Control Makeup Base, and it says it's an 18-hour wear, and you're going to take this and put it in all the places that you didn't put the paint pot. Right, that was quick. So the next thing I'm going to use is a foundation, and I'm trying the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 25 hour, not 24. This is in the shade 10 Light Porcelain. So I have already wet a sponge. I'm trying the EcoTool sponge today. I did my makeup this morning. This is so awesome. Why did I not try this before? Okay, so up next is concealer, and I think I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Beige. Another quick tip, if you're not layering your foundation and your concealer to be like extra full coverage, there's no need to be like striping the Shape Tape down your face. It's just way too much and it's not cute. So what I like to do with the Shape Tape is just dot it in the places I need it, whereas most other concealers I would stripe it and make like a triangle with it. This is not one of those. You get so much coverage from just a little bit. I don't even know how people use this like that in tutorials and stuff. It's like, how is your whole face not just covered in Shape Tape? I don't understand. So just keep dotting this in the places that you do want a little more coverage, or you want to highlight a little bit. Because for this look, we're not going to contour a whole lot. We're going to do a little bit of non-touring, but no contouring today. So I'm going to go under my eyes, on my forehead. I'm going to go down my nose a little bit, on my cupid's bow, and then right on my chin where I tend to get a little more red. And then a couple spots here where my hyperpigmentation is serious today. And I mean, I guess if you were really gung-ho about it, you could totally leave your face like this and be like, I'm ready for Coachella! For setting powders, my absolute favorite right now is the Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder in Translucent. I don't seem to have a problem with this with flashback or anything in flash photography. So, power to me. I'm just going to take a light dusting of this and tap off the excess. This is kind of a messy powder though, so if you're not careful, like I'm not most of the time, you're going to end up with powder everywhere. All over your counter, all over your clothes, all over your cat. So for the last step before I zoom you guys in a little bit, go ahead and do your brows. I'm using the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit in shade 2. And for this look, we're going for bold brows, but not chiseled brows. So I'm going to do them the way I would normally do them with the pencil and just make them a little bit darker, where I would keep them a little lighter here, like in the middle. And I'm going to fill them in once they're done with the pencil with the L'Oreal Paris Brow Artist Plumper in light medium. This gives it a really beautiful tint without going too overboard and being super, super messy, which most of these usually are for me. For the eyes today, you can use whatever you want and whatever you're comfortable with. So if you're more comfortable with a powder formula or a cream, by all means, use what you love. But today, I'm going in with these L'Oreal Infallible paints for the eyeshadow. Before we get to the Infallible paints, I want to start with a pink base on my eyes. So I'm taking the Colourpop and the Hello Kitty collaboration, their Super Shock Shadow in Small Gift, and I'm just going to take one of my fingers, roll it around in the shadow, and tap that on my lid. On top of the pink shade that we just used as a base, I'm going to very, very lightly tap on some of this Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in Scrumptious, and this is a slightly lighter pink than the one I just used, and we're just going to tap it in the very center of the lid to help catch some light. Okay, so the way that I like to do this is work from the inner corner to the outer corner and start with the lightest color on the inside and work your way out to the darkest color. I'm going to start with the Navy Yard Duo, and I'm not taking this blue. I'm going to take this kind of pinky coral shade right here on the other end. And one thing you have to watch out for with these is that they take out a lot of product on this little doe foot applicator. So try to wipe a little bit of it away, because you're going to end up with just like a glob of goop all over your eye. And this is more for demonstration purposes. I don't recommend pulling your lid or anything, but I'm going to tug my lid back a little bit so you guys can see the color on it a little bit better. Let me move this here. And I'm going to go about a quarter of the way from my inner corner out my lid with just this color. Hopefully you can see me. And you'll do the exact same thing that you did on this eye, except start in your inner corner here and work your way out. Next color I'm taking is the yellow from this Jet Set Blonde Duo. Same thing, kind of wipe off the excess on the tip. And instead of starting exactly where you left off with the coral kind of pink color, start just inside that color to start help blending them together. You don't want them all to look completely separate. You want them to blend into this rainbow line of colors. That's what we're making. It's totally okay if you aren't happy with the pigmentation that you're getting yet. The important part about this is not to go back over it when it's still wet, because all you do is you're taking the applicator and you're moving the product all over the place. So wait for it to dry down, give it a minute or two, and then go back in for another coat by tapping it on instead of rubbing it. You're going to get a lot better color payoff that way, and it'll be a lot less frustrating. Next shade, I haven't tried this one yet. I tried this earlier with a different color, so we're going to see. I'm doing the Mint Detox, and there's two kind of deep minty shades, so you're going to want the lighter of the two shades here. Same thing, wipe off the excess, start just inside the end of the yellow, and go about a quarter of the way. Now for the very last shade, I'm going in with BRB Blue, and this one has a gray and a light blue. You're going to go in with the light blue and go almost to the corner of your eye, but don't quite get there. Stop just before the corner of your eye, because you're going to need that in a second. So same thing, start just inside the teal and go out towards the corner of your eye. Now here's where we get really fun. So I'm taking a little eyeliner brush. This is one from Wet n Wild. It's like 99 cents at the drugstore. Use whatever one you like, and take the brush and dip it into some of the product that's still on the doe foot applicator. And this is really for y'all who are not as comfortable doing winged liner. This is not going to show up super intense on your face unless you want it to and you go in with multiple coats like 3 or 4 times. This is a great way to learn winged liner without having to worry about it being that big black wing that you're too scared to mess up. So you're going to take what you just put on your brush and you're going to wing out the blue shade that we just used on the corner. Look at you! You did a wing! And I bet it looks beautiful. So if you're not happy with some of the pigmentation that you got with your other colors, this is a good time to go back in and tap over the places you want a little more. So I'm going to go back in with another coat, I think, on top of all of these, and I'll be right back. I went in with one more coat on each side, and now you can see the colors are a little bit more pronounced. But now we get to the real fun part. I lied before. So I hope you have some glitter handy, because I'm missing one. Aha. This is why I said the wing itself, the very bottom part of it is not going to matter, because you're going to take some glitter. This is the Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner from Urban Decay. This is Midnight Cowboy. And this is the Tarteist Pro Glitter Liner in Rose Gold. You can use whatever you want. NYX makes some really good drugstore ones. And I think Wet n Wild might have some too, but you have to find a store with good selection. Some places don't have it. What you really want is for your glitter liner to have this really tiny little tip. And you're going to underline the wing with the glitter liner, and that's why the wing doesn't matter that much. So even if you aren't happy with how it turned out, you're covering some of it up. It's still going to look awesome. So go from the very tip of the wing and just lightly underline it all the way to the base. Now that you've got the glitter under your wing, we're just going to go big or go home. And we're going to do the glitter all under the bottom lash line. It's going to be so pretty. So I'm going to go back in with the gold first, I think. And just take your glitter and start from where you left off at the bottom of the wing. And just drag it all under your bottom lash line. All you need now for your eyes is a coat of mascara, and in this case, blacker is better. You really want that contrast between the colors on your eyes and the black of the mascara. So I'm using the Wet n Wild Lash Renegade Mascara in Blackest Black. 2 things left and you're totally done. We need blush and we need lips. So for blush, I want to do something that's really going to pop. So I'm going into this Tarte Big Blush Book 2 that I don't use nearly as much as I should because it's amazing. And I'm going to take this shade down here called Lively. I'm going to tap my brush in it. And these are super pigmented, so you can go to town if you want. It's up to you. And I'm going to tap this on my cheek. So if you had a little too much fun, like I just did with the blush, you can go in with the powder brush that you used earlier for your face and just run it over the places, which in my case is my whole cheek, that you want to tone down a little bit. For lips, I'm going to be using the Infallible paints again by L'Oreal, but this is a lip paint. I'm not using those other ones on my lips. And this one is in Nude Star. And this kind of surprised me when I opened it the first time. It's a tube, but there's an applicator. Now your face is done! Woo, you guys did it! Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my face with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Spray. Because if I don't set this and I was actually out in the sun, like Easter egg hunting or jamming out to some concert, this would be like on the floor and gross. This was just meant to be fun and something that I might actually do for Easter, maybe just tone down a little bit. But I love the colors that these paints come in. This is not sponsored in any way. I just got so excited when I saw these. And there's a Target ad. It might be on the L'Oreal website too. I'm not sure. But there's a lady wearing a bunch of these. And that was a little too much for me. Because I just felt like it was, oh, here's like all 16 colors. So I decided to take a couple of them and tailor it to what I wanted to do. So I thought this would be really good too. We have a music festival coming up here in about a week, which I'm super excited about. And Easter is also in about a week. So really fun time to experiment with your makeup, play with color. It's spring. Do what makes your heart happy. So if you guys enjoyed this, go ahead and subscribe down below and give this a big thumbs up and let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching again. You know I love you guys. See you next time.